Microsoft recently announced Microsoft Fabric as their new upcoming end-to-end analytics solution with full-service capabilities, including data movement, data lakes, data engineering, data integration, data science, real-time analytics, and business intelligence. At the core of Fabric is the idea of an open and lake-centric hub that allows organizations to gather and curate data from a multitude of sources and store them as Delta Parquet format. Incorta also ingests data into a Delta Parquet format. One of the key elements of the new OneLake platform is the concept of shortcuts. Shortcuts allow the OneLake to unify data across domains without data movement, creating a single, virtualized data lake for the enterprise. All Fabric experiences and engines can connect to existing data sources, one of which being Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2, or ADLS. This video will showcase how using our Incorta on Azure deployment and directly ingesting data into Incorta will immediately make it available in Fabric using the native Delta Parquet format through the use of shortcuts. To get started with Incorta on Azure, go to the Azure Marketplace and find the Incorta app. Then select your resource size and select Get It Now. Upon receiving a confirmation email, the email will direct you to an Azure cluster configuration form where you will provide the subscription name, resource group name, region, and create a service principal. Once completed, an Incorta cluster will spin up. Ingesting data from source systems to cloud platforms can be logically complex and resource intensive. However, Incorta's data apps provide a simple solution by automating raw data ingestion from source systems, modeling that data, and storing it as a digital twin in ADLS as a collection of Delta tables. Here we can deploy a data app from Oracle Fusion that will ingest accounts receivable data into Incorta on Azure. This application will aid your analysis of supplier purchase orders, invoices, and payments, providing a solid understanding of accounts payable. Add credentials to the data app, and the rest of the data delivery will deploy. Upon the completion of the data app, we can immediately drill into the data within Incorta. In the Schemas tab, we can view all the new schemas, tables within those schemas, and even how the data application deployed the relationships between those tables. We can more deeply explore the schema by dragging a few fields into the Incorta Analyzer. Under the hood, Incorta's direct data mapping is optimizing query paths to ensure performant and accelerated analytics. True to our message about being the open data delivery platform, all data shown here in the Incorta interface is data stored as Delta tables in ADLS. By opening the Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer, we can directly view and access this data. With this model, the data is widely available for other tools in the Azure Suite and in Microsoft Fabric. Let's jump over to Microsoft Fabric's OneLake and create a live shortcut to the data stored in ADLS. Inside of the Lakehouse, select Get Data and New Shortcut. Select ADLS as the external source. Enter in the credentials of the URL, the connection name, and the authentication type. Here you can see a previously created connection was detected upon entering the URL. Select Next. Finally, enter a shortcut name and which subpath in ADLS the shortcut should connect to. After a second or so of waiting for the shortcut to configure, you can see it's now available in the Lakehouse. Let's open a notebook and read from one of the tables. Here I'm entering a simple Spark read command. Once the run is complete, you'll see that Incorta's data is now available. As mentioned previously, this data is now accessible to every Fabric service and engine. That's the power of Incorta's open data delivery.